So you're a honey badger. You were just born moments ago underground in a burrow your mom didn't even dig herself. Classic. Not necessarily Mother of the Year material, but hey, who's complaining? You're tiny, angry, and basically a land gremlin with no fear and too much audacity. But don't get cocky just yet, because while you think you're invincible, nature is patiently waiting to humble you. At this stage, you are blind, bald, and squeaky, which is peak prey energy. Zero intimidation factor. You're basically as scary as a wet sock with tiny limbs. The only thing keeping you alive is vocalizing when you are hungry loud enough so that your mom begrudgingly feeds you. Oh, and your mom? She's busy throwing hands, or paws rather, at anything that even thinks about stepping near the burrow. She's squaring up against predators twice her size, and if you could see it, you'd definitely be taking notes. You, of course, are blissfully unaware of all this because you are just trying to exist without knowing what existence is. At this stage, life is simple. You eat, you sleep, and honestly, enjoy it while it lasts because you are about to get thrown into the deep end with no floaties. You're a few months old now, which means mom has decided she is officially done with your freeloading. No more screaming for snacks. You are now on a full eat or be eaten training schedule. The first real life lesson? Bees. Now let's be clear. You do not know what a bee is. You do not have context for what is about to happen to you. You are just following mom around when, for reasons unknown, marches straight up to a beehive and starts wrecking it like it personally owes her lunch money. So naturally, you pull up a chair and start eating some popcorn, watching your mom do the work. The bees are livid. The buzzing is loud. They pull up like they've been waiting their whole lives for this exact moment. They start swarming, stinging her everywhere. Face, paws, tail, it's full-on battle out here. And mom? She just does not care. Not even a flinch. Completely unbothered. She is here for one thing and one thing only. Honey and bee larvae. You're in the back watching this madness unfold. But then, before you can even process, you make a critical error. In a moment of pure, unfiltered, bad decision-making, you get too close and boom! A bee stings you right in the face. And suddenly, full-blown crisis mode, your tiny body launches into an Olympic-level backflip. You scream, you trip, you roll backwards like you just got hit with a Windows shutdown error. You look at mom like, help! A little bit of guidance, maybe? And she just keeps eating and demolishing the hive like this is just a Tuesday for her. No sympathy, no encouragement, not even a, are you okay, sweetie? This is the moment where you realize no one is coming to save you. So you sit there for a minute, absolutely spiraling. But then you remember the prize. And this is when honey badger logic kicks in. The pain may be temporary, but the sweetness of honey is priceless. You'll never forget the first moment you taste honey. It feels as though you have won the lottery. Jackpot. Maybe life isn't so bad after all. At around 6 months, you are ready to start exploring without having mom as a chaperone. She knows this is your time for you to venture into the world and learn from your mistakes, which, in case you were wondering, you make a lot of them. So you do what every child in a coming-of-age story does. You try to prove you can survive. You spot a snake, small, slow-looking, seemingly manageable. Your tiny, underdeveloped brain does the calculations and decides, yes, this is the one. This will be my first meal. You crouch, you focus, you launch, and in 0.3 seconds, the snake, which is apparently a black belt in self-defense, dodges, pivots, and bites you right in the paw. You yelp, flop dramatically onto your side, kick your legs in the air like you're experiencing a full-body betrayal. You are rolling, thrashing, mentally drafting your will. The Oscar-worthy performance of a lifetime. But here's the thing. You don't die. Not even close. In fact, after about a minute, your body just kind of shrugs it off. Apparently, honey badgers are resistant to venom. You march off, still limping and frustrated. You decide, fine, no snakes for now. Moving on to better things. For your second attempt, you spot a rodent chilling in a grassy area, minding its own business. Big mistake. You wait for the right moment and pounce when you least expect it. Success! You managed your first successful kill. It's nothing crazy, but the overconfidence hits you like a truck, making you feel unstoppable. Years of this nonsense repeats. Welcome to your teenage era. You start picking fights with literally everything. Not because you need to, but because you can.
Boy.
And at some point, the fear just disappears. Your tiny honey badger brain rewires itself, and suddenly, the entire world is your personal battleground. Lizards? Captured. Rodents? Destroyed. Scorpions? Sure. Poisonous snakes? You've finally got the hang of it. A black mamba bites you, and you just take a fat nap and wait for your body to get the venom out. Your body gets so desensitized to venom, you've started treating it like an energy drink. At this point, it's just background noise. Turns out you have thick skin. Literally. You are officially a walking, breathing, do not mess with me sign. Other animals know your reputation. They've seen what happens when you get involved in anything, and they have collectively decided, not worth the effort. Lions? Nope. Leopards? They will find food elsewhere. Hyenas? They might be scavengers, but even they know better than to pick up your leftovers. Because here's the thing. These predators outweigh you many times over. You don't win fights because you're the biggest or strongest. You win because you're resilient, and accepting defeat is never the answer. You've mastered the art of unnecessary violence. You see a leopard with a fresh kill of an antelope. You do not walk away. That's your meal now. The leopard growls. You growl back. It bares its teeth. You charge at its face like a gremlin with nothing to lose. And this is when the leopard has to make a very serious life decision. Fight you? Sure, it'll probably win. But at what cost? You don't go down clean. You don't submit. You will bite, claw, roll, scream, and make the entire situation so unbearable that even a literal apex predator will say, you know what? Keep it. And you walk away victorious, dragging an antelope carcass twice your size, like this was rightfully yours in the first place. But of course, you are not satisfied with just robbing leopards of their leftovers. You start upping the ante. See a pack of hyenas? You run straight at them. Not because you can take them all down, you absolutely cannot, but because they don't know that. Your sheer audacity makes them question your abilities. It's like you are the best bluffer in a poker game, and somehow it works. They scatter. They do not want to deal with you. No one does. At this point, you are pure chaos energy on 4 legs. Your diet consists of everything, including things that actively tried to kill you first. You are running purely on spite, hunger, and an iron stomach. At 3 years old, you're officially an adult honey badger. Your hunting skills have gotten more efficient over the years. You've mastered how to make a successful kill with conserving your energy by waiting at the best opportunity to pounce. The thing about you, the world has tried so many times to sit you down and teach you about caution, self-preservation, basic risk assessment. And every time, you laughed in its face and did the dumb thing anyway. It's what made you unstoppable. But it's also what's about to get you killed. You wake up from your midday nap under a shady tree, fully refreshed, fully unbothered, and fully starving. Your stomach growls like an angry thundercloud. Time to hunt. You slink through the brush, eyes locked on movement, and then jackpot! A cobra mindlessly slithering past, unaware that it's about to be someone's lunch. You pounce. The snake lunges. Its fangs sink into your flesh in a desperate last-ditch effort. Venom floods your veins, but let's be real, you've been through worse. You clamp your jaws around its neck, shake violently, and within seconds, the snake stops moving. Done. Over. Another dub. You devour your prize. But as soon as you swallow the last bite, you realize something. You start to get more greedy and want more food. And that's when you see them. A litter of baby lion cubs, defenseless, clueless, the perfect meal. You creep forward, every muscle tense, every step silent. This is it. You're about to feast like a god. Then, the vibe shifts. A shadow moves. The air changes. And before you even process what's happening, she appears! A fully grown lioness. And, yeah, she's not thrilled. It's one thing to take leftovers from a lion, but it's a completely different thing to threaten her babies. She lets out a roar so powerful it feels like the entire savannah just glitched. The trees shake. The birds evacuate. Your soul briefly leaves your body. Your brain screams, "Abort mission!" But it's too late. The stare-off lasts only a second before she charges! You bolt, but she is faster! You barely make it 2 steps before wham! She collides with you like a freight train, and suddenly you're airborne. You hit the ground hard. Before you can react, hey! Her massive jaws clamp around your neck tight. Your claws scrape at her fur. Your body thrashes, but she does not let go. Your vision blurs. Your limbs feel heavy. The savanna starts fading, turning into a distant hum like the world is pulling away from you. And then, darkness. No warning, no last words, no final dramatic escape. Just silence. Your reign of terror is over. Your body lies still, feral even in death, defiant even in defeat. Because if you had a chance to do it all over again, you absolutely would. But the savanna doesn't stop. The wind shifts, the grass sways, and somewhere in the underbrush, another honey badger, smaller, hungrier, equally unhinged, is already out there, picking its next unnecessary fight. Because the cycle, it never ends.